Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, the movie lover here. Welcome back to another review or after I saw, where I have seen a movie in the theater recently, just a few days or an hour ago. I saw this movie like 30 minutes ago, so pretty much, yeah, obviously wasn't that long ago. As you guys notice, yes, I am back at my grandma's house, so pretty much, yeah. This is going to be on Ouija Origin of Evil. Alright, now before I get into it, actually, you know what? I'm just going to start off with the plot first, okay? Ouija Origin of Evil is the prequel to its predecessor, Ouija. And this film basically follows around this family that have been, like, psychologicalists and stuff like that. Or, I shouldn't really say. Okay. They are like when you go to a psychic or something, people have thought that these guys were scams, and pretty much they get a Ouija board to spice things up to make it more believable. And then you got these two sisters, an older one and a 9-year-old. Basically, when they get the Ouija board, they use it to talk to their father, and basically they use it a lot in this movie, and pretty much going through this, and they actually use it, and people start believing them. And pretty much things go way out of hand when uh, Doris, the little girl, basically uses it, and it just goes. She just loses her mind, and her body is being possessed, like in a lot of horror movies. Now, that is basically the plot of the movie. That's what I got to explain right there. Yes, you guys know that in the first movie I used to thought it was decent, but a few months later I thought it was a piece of shit. Same with my friend Caleb. We both saw the movie. He liked it more than me, but then after a while I think I would probably say he hates it more than me now. We both we both used to like it, but now we hate it now. I mean, just thinking about it, why did I used to like it? It was even worse than Annabelle, and I thought Annabelle was just mediocre, but then I realized it was really mediocre. But alright, and when I heard there was a sequel coming out, I was not thrilled. I was not excited at all. But then the critics have been saying it was good. Like really. Like I was all like, really? It was good? The first movie was terrible, but then I realized it didn't have the same director. It actually has Mike Flanagan, the director of Oculus, which is a movie I really liked. And when I heard he was directing this film, I thought, wow, maybe there is some hope after all. And pretty much the trailer I thought was scarier than the first trailer. You know, there was a lot of flaws in the first movie. Like, really, there was no need for a Ouija board. Like, the main characters weren't even likable in the first movie. They were just idiots for using a Ouija board. And this movie, however, I can't believe I'm saying this. I loved this movie. I fucking said it. This movie was incredible, you guys. I mean, how can you make. I mean, a lot of horror sequels that come out nowadays are either not as good as the first movie, but this movie proved to be better than its god awful predecessor. Like, let me get into this. This has that 60s horror movie style, okay? You know how like in the older movies, like you have those little cigar burns and the corner of the movie, whether it's the right hand or the left hand corner. It's usually the right hand corner, and they use it like 6 times in this movie. It has that like 60s horror movie feel. I mean, yes, there is CGI in this movie, and pretty much. But that's the thing about this movie. It was actually the visuals actually looked not that bad, actually. I mean, like really. And they had the old Universal logo up. You know, like the one from the 80s. You know, and this movie actually did feel like a 60s movie. Just like the Nice Guys. The Nice Guys, they had the old Warner Brothers logo and actually felt like an 80s movie. Or somewhere around the 1900s or something like that. But anyways, this film just had everything. I mean, let's get into the scares. There was a lot of scares, and some of them, let me get into my one flaw. Okay, some of them shouldn't have been used for like there was a couple of pointless jump scares. Like there was this one where they're using the Ouija board. The first time they used the Ouija board, and a guy just comes in through the door, and it's supposed to be like a jump scare, but at least they didn't use music for that one. Then that would just been. But here's the thing, Mike Flanagan actually is one of those modern horror directors that actually knows what true horror can be. He directed Before I Wake, which I heard wasn't supposed to be that good. But hey, not all of the people's directors' movies are good, not all of them, except for Quentin Tarantino. But anyways, this movie just had it all. Let's get into the characters. The characters were really memorable. And the one character, the older sister, was not an idiot. There was this one scene in this movie where a guy says that they should split up, and then, well, the sister says it's a stupid idea to split up. Like, really? She actually knew what she was talking about, alright? And the visuals actually look scary. Like in the backgrounds when the character is right close up and the character is far back, it looked really horrific, and I could not believe my eyes. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I think I have to say I liked it more than Lights Out. I said it. I liked it more than Lights Out. I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought Lights Out was fantastic, but this film... By the way, I am getting that film on Blu-ray when it comes out next week. This movie, however, was everything I wanted it to be. I thought the movie was going to be worse than the first movie. But no, it was a whole lot better than the first movie. I mean, this should have been the first movie. Oh yeah, speaking of that, this is actually the prequel because it's called Origin of Evil. Origin means like what happened before. And this film actually captured it really well. It didn't even bore me. I wasn't bored that much. I actually wanted to hear more about the characters, and it had me on the edge of my seat. I was like it was just really well done in that horrific 60s style kind of way. Now, there is some scenes where it doesn't feel like it's that 60s per se, like the CGI effects, which kind of got me a little... I will say that the ending was a little disappointing, but hey, it was a hell lot better than the ending to Morgan. But this movie just had it all. I could not believe my eyes, like really, it made me forget, like when I walked out of the theater, I was just stunned. And you want to know what else surprised me? Michael Bay produced this. And he produced the first movie. But guys, I can't believe Michael Bay produced this and actually did a good job producing it. I said it. I actually said it. You heard me, guys. Guys, this movie was everything I wanted it to be. I mean, the acting was actually really well done. It had character. It was actually a well done sequel, and there was a lot to it than I imagined. Guys, go see this movie. If you're not a fan of the first movie, then see it anyways, because it was a hell of a lot better than the first movie, because the first movie was garbage. This wasn't garbage. I cannot believe. This, out of all the movies that surprised me this year, this is probably the movie that surprised me the most. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. It was a really well done movie. I recommend it, you guys. So that is it for this video. So I will see you guys later. Word out.